Everyone, this is Sandra. Welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for joining me today. I'm going to be doing another makeup look today. It's going to involve full face, but I'm going to try to cut out the parts of the video that will be very boring for you and focus more on the eye look. So let's get started. I'm going to prime my skin with the Bare Minerals Prime Time Original Foundation Primer. I like this because it is very silicone based, but it is clear, and I feel completely comfortable putting this all over my face, including my problem areas. I do press into the skin as I apply it. Alright, and next I will be using my Tarte Foundcealer because I feel like, it's still August, but I feel like I need to give a last nod to summer. And then I kind of realized that summer really does go until September 20th. So we technically have like more than a month of summer left. But, I feel like it's fall. And I think a lot of people now at this time of year, there's going to be a lot of autumn and fall palettes released. And I think people are just kind of dying to get into those autumn and fall looks. But I still want to give a last nod to summer because I feel like our summers are already too short and the summer hasn't really felt warm. I will have talked about that in my last August 2019 Get Ready With Me. I think I blabbed on and on for a long time in that video. So what we're going to do is mix two shades of this. So this is 35G Medium Golden and this one is 42 Tan Neutral. So I guess really you could say that I am kind of transitioning out of my summer tan, and which I guess most people are at this time of year. We will go in with a brush. Now, I'm going to use my Real Techniques face brushes, but I don't like their eye brushes, so we'll use the face brushes. I'm going to start with my buffing brush by Real Techniques. I put the product on my hand and I just kind of mix it up with the brush, and then I like to start kind of near my chin, but today we're going to do the middle of the face outward, and then usually my forehead is the last thing I do because I don't like to have very much product on it. I do like this foundation because it leaves a very glowy natural finish on your skin, and it basically looks like no line makeup, but yet all of my skin is the same shade, which I really like. Okay, so we're going to go straight in with concealer now. I am using my Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer, and this is the shade Natural Beige. So I will be bronzing today with my Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. So I'm just going to put this under the eyes to hide my circles. And I'm actually not using that much product here. I will use my Real Techniques Miracle Complexion Sponge for this stuff as well. And I do use the pointy side. Most times I go in with this sponge to apply my foundation, but I've really been loving the brush method. And you do get the fullest coverage with a brush, especially if you use a full coverage foundation. This foundation that I used is medium coverage. I'd say light medium, but it is a little bit buildable. It does have that radiant finish, so it does let your natural skin shine through. So I am going to set with my sponge, and I am using my Becca Be a Light face palette. I haven't used this baby in a long time, and I really do want to use it. So I'm going to go in with this darker shade here and just put it right on the sponge and lightly set under the eye. We will also do the lid because we will kind of prime for the shadow afterward. And now I will take my brush. So this is I'm actually going to use this Duo Fiber brush by Real Techniques. This is called the Duo Fiber Contour Brush. So it's a contour brush, but I am using it just to lightly dust powder on my face, and I'm using this lighter shade now all over. And remember, I am bronzing, so the fact that it's lighter doesn't mean that I'm adding light to my face right at the moment. That will come in later with highlighter. I just want to set the makeup so it doesn't move around on my face. And I usually prefer to use like a really fluffy brush for this step, but I really want a light dusting. Next, we will go in with the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. This stuff is amazing. It smells like summer suntan, kind of coconut tropical vacation. It just smells great. And this one, I'm using another dual fiber brush, but it's much fluffier. So normally this is what I would kind of use for like powder, but this is used for bronzer. There's already bronzer on the ends of the brush. This is just a dual fiber face brush. And a dual fiber brush applies the product a little bit less intense, so it's sometimes nice so you don't get like a really big dose of color on your, I guess, pretty much wherever you're applying it. So I do bronze my face. I don't bronze my face like a lot of people do. A lot of people bronze their face as if they're contouring, and I don't do that. I add warmth to the face where the sun would naturally hit me first. So on the tops of my cheekbones, kind of down the bridge of my nose like this, and right down the center, but then coming down the cheeks onto the cheekbones, because I tan right here, my nose, my forehead, but I also put a little bit on the chin to balance out the face. So next we will add some blush. So I'm actually going to go into my Tarte Pineapple palette because I very rarely use these blushes and they are so pretty. So I'm going to try to just angle my brush so I get the top 3 colors and not the contour shade at the bottom here. So I'm going to use this fluffy brush by Real Techniques. In my opinion, this is a little bit too big for blush, but because I already have blush on it, I'm just going to use it for that purpose. So the brush is going into all 3 colors. I tap it off, I give a little smile, and then I just slightly dust my cheeks. And I add a little bit to the chin, a little bit to the nose. So right now it looks like I have a very dewy natural finish. Step before we set with some setting mist is my highlight. So I'm going to use my Flower Beauty highlighting Shimmer and Strobe palette, but I think we are going to go into the gold shade today because I rarely ever use it. I'm going to use my F64 Soft Blend Concealer. I'll go into the gold shade a little bit. I'll put a little bit on my cheekbone here, a little bit on the nose, Cupid's bow and chin, just a little bit right here, and then I'm just going to kind of blend this out a bit so it's not so dramatic of a highlight already. So next we're going to go in with this Morphe Jeffree Star Setting Mist. This is the Set and Refresh Mist, and it smells like strawberry. So let's go ahead and use it. It smells delicious. Oh my gosh. I love it. So I'm just going to let my face dry here, and then we will go ahead and do eyebrows. Okay guys, I zoomed in a little bit. My eyebrows are done. I did use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Whiz in medium brown and then the clear brow gel over top. I find that's the best way for me right now to do my eyebrows. I haven't perfected the technique yet with the dip brow pomade, kind of to get them more natural looking. I just prefer this method better. So saying that, let's get into the shadow. I'm going to be using the Morphe Jeffree Star palette today, and this is what she looks like. So I want to take a cue from Angela Bright and just kind of go in saying I have no idea what I want to do. So yeah, we're just going to go for it. I'm actually going to start with a Sigma Taper Blending E35. And I want to do a creased shade first. So I'm going to go in with the shade channel, which is this shade right up here. And I'm just going to put it in the crease and start off my transition color here. And I will be blending and building up this color and then blending as we go. Okay, so with the same brush, I'm actually going to go in with a lighter color now. I will go in with the shade Honest Truth, which is this one right here. Again, using the same brush. And I'm just going to use the other side of it here and start blending right up here. So I don't want to go too far up. I don't really know what we're doing yet, but I am going to deepen the crease with a different shade. Is go into Calabasas, which is this dark red color right here. And I'm going to very, very gently deepen up the crease. So I'm going to use an E45 small tapered blending, and I'm going to, again, use it very, very sparingly. Ooh, that one's still wet. So I'm going to use a Morphe brush here. Let's use, okay, this is even a little bit smaller, but this is the Morphe M506. We're going back into Calabasas, tapping it off because it is fairly dark, and I'm just going to deepen up the outer crease here. And I am building up the color as I go. And I'm giving the eye a little bit of shape here as well. So I'm going to go back in with that first brush and just blend the edges of the shade out a little bit here. I think we're going to use this bronze shade. It's called Girl, with lots of R's. So I'm going to pop that in right on the lid, right in the middle of the lid. So I'm going to use more of a flat brush now. So I'm going to use the E25 blending here, and I'm not using any mixing medium at first. I'm just going to go straight in with the brush, the dry brush, but I am getting quite a bit of fallout here. So we'll just kind of take that away. So we might have to just use a wet brush with that one. So what I'm actually going to do first, because I really want a light inner corner, so I'm going to go in with the shade Designer Label, which is right here. It's kind of like a shimmery light gold. I'll put that on first too to see if I don't need a cut crease here. I'm just going to go in and give it a little bit of a softer look. And then we will go in with a wet brush. I'm just going to put some of my MAC Fix Plus on the brush I was using, which was my E25. And then I'm going to go back in with that sparkly Girl shade. It's like that bronze shade. And I'm just going to press this on the lid. So that's going right on the middle of the lid, and then we will have to go back in with a little bit of Calabasas because I feel like we lost it a little bit. So I'm going to go back in with that little tiny Morphe brush, the M506. And just stamp it on the outside corner and kind of blend it into that bronze shade. Okay, and then I'm going to go back in with the E25 again and just kind of stamp that shade over top just to blend in all of those shades on the lid here. And then we will go in with the shade Welcome, which is this bright sparkly white up in the corner. I'm going to use an E21 smudge brush for this. And I'm just going to put this in the inner corner. Now we need to deal with the lower lash line. So I think what we're going to start with is we're going to start with Calabasas with an E15. This is a flat definer. And I'm going to stamp it right on the end of the brush and then press into the lash line. And I'm only going to go about halfway here. Okay, so before we go any further, I am going to take this Avon True Color Glimmerstick Waterproof Eyeliner in Brown Chocolate. And I'm just going to line the water line of my lower lash line here. And then I will use that same E15. Just dip it into Calabasas one more time and then kind of blend that brown liner into the lashes. Okay, now we're going to take a clean E30 pencil brush and I'm going to go into the shade Channel. And I'm going to buff that out and just bring it a little bit lower here. And we will bring it up into the upper lid here just to kind of match the color on the lid to the bottom lash line here. So I think that looks really, really awesome for the eyes. Now I'm just going to take that small little brush I used to pop on the inner highlight, and whatever I have left on the brush is going to go underneath my brow here. And I'm going to wipe away any fallout that I have underneath my eye. I'm going to do a very thin liquid line with my Too Faced Better Than Sex black liner. And the purpose of this is to just make lashes kind of stick better, and then also to define your upper lash line and just make your lashes look a little bit thicker. Okay, so we're going to go off camera now and I'm going to do mascara and lashes, so we'll be right back. Alright, so for mascara today I did use the Too Faced Damn Girl mascara, and lashes were the Kiss lashes in the style Flirty. And these are a really long lash, so if you have a little bit shorter eyes, you will have to cut them. Remember to always cut them from the outside corner, not the inside corner, so they look as natural as possible. So last step, we're going to work on lips. I'm going to use my 04 Natural lip liner, the Milani Color Statement lip liner. So this lip liner is probably the exact color of my lips, and it honestly doesn't really show up, but it does give my line of my lips a little bit of a definition, and that's why I use it. And then I'm going to use a kind of skin toned neutral gloss on top. So I'm just using this Milani Amore Shine lip gloss, and this is actually the shade 10 Delight. Oh, I lied. This is actually the liquid lip color. So it actually looks very metallic, and I think I'll have to layer a gloss over top because it's almost too metallic. Okay, so we're just going to use this Tarte Lip Sculptor lip gloss, and this is the shade Treat. So we will layer the lip gloss right over top, and this will give it more of a shine rather than that metallic color. Here we go. And sometimes I prefer like a matte liquid lip, like a liquid lip that's matte with a look like this, but I really enjoy having a little bit of shine every now and then. So what do you guys think of this eye look? I think it looks really, really, really pretty. It's not something that I would kind of have come up with ordinarily, because if I'm looking at a palette like this, my eye just goes straight to the hot pink and the greens at the bottom. But I think I like it, and I think I'm going to get a lot of looks out of this palette. So you guys, please stay tuned to my channel for more looks from this palette. I will be posting some more makeup looks shortly. I know that it's kind of like the end of August and beginning of September. I tend to post a lot of bullet journaling stuff because I will be starting a new bullet journal, and that video will go up before this video gets posted, so you will see that. So to be notified every time I post a new video, click that bell notification button, and also like this video. Give it a little thumbs up there if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe if you have not already. We will talk to you guys very soon. Have a great day. Take care.